Now to the border czar's quick visit to Rochester, avoiding talking to reporters after meeting with the police union today. His visit also met with waves of protest. We've got team coverage tonight. Tom Homan standing in solidarity with the city's police department.
Rochester thrust into the national spotlight following that controversial traffic stop between RPD officers and federal agents last month. The encounter near Whitney Street and Lau Avenue was immediately rebuked by Mayor Malik Evans and Rochester Police Chief David Smith.
They claimed the officers violated the city's sanctuary policy, which prompted a wave of outrage from the police union. The border czar then vowed he would come to town. We begin our coverage with 13 WHAM's Christian Garzone back from Tom Homan's meeting with the Rochester Police Union, where he did not address reporters outside of the Locust Club today. Christian, good evening.
Good evening, Matt. There didn't seem to be much time as Homan waved briefly before departing the Locust Club with a security detail. The message from him and other police from across the country was clear. They support Rochester Police. Tom Homan can be seen here exiting the Locust Club on Lexington Avenue after meeting with the Rochester Police Union. Here's Union President Jeffrey Wader.
His message was received loud and clear, and it was first and foremost that cops always support other cops.
Homan also meeting privately with the officers who responded to that now controversial traffic stop last month, assisting federal immigration authorities during an arrest. Mayor Malik Evans and Police Chief David Smith pushed back on the actions of RPD. Homan feeling differently about the matter.
He has our backs, and that means everything to the members of the Locust Club.
Also having the backs of RPD, retired law enforcement, like former Gates Police Chief James Van Bretterode.
It's our job to come out here and to be the patriot guards of the law enforcement community, and for us to be the voice.
And folks like Abdul Bounds rallying for police and advocating for legal immigration. Immigration, the larger discussion here. He was in a shouting match with protesters across the street.
He's shaking his head like they're disgraced at us for being on this side. Because I have an opinion. I thought this was America, right?
Police came from near and far to support the Locust Club.
People's lives are at stake, not just the cops, not just the members of the Rochester Police Department. This is all across the country.
Tom's message that cops should back up other cops couldn't be more truthful, and it's based in common sense.
The union standing firm. If any agency calls them for help, they will respond.
All I know is that when people are calling for help, we're going.
The Locust Club did also say they understand that official policy is they do not assist anything federal officials might be doing. However, as you heard from that last clip, when any law enforcement is in trouble, they're going to respond. Right back to you.
Christian, thank you. Demonstrations convening across the city in protest of the border czar's visit today.
Natalie Calzatoni met with some of them and continues our team coverage. Natalie?
Well, Matt, Tom Homan's visit was met with pushback and sparked multiple protests around the city. Demonstrators positioning themselves around Rochester Tuesday in protest of U.S. border czar Tom Homan's visit.
Tom Homan, go away!
Homan's meeting with the Rochester Police Locust Club comes after the Trump administration announced they are suing the city of Rochester over its sanctuary city policies. Policies some protesters say won't crack under federal pressure.
I'm proud that Rochester is a sanctuary city. I'm proud that we welcome people here. And it's important to me that we keep standing up for that.
He's here to pat some people on the back for doing some stuff they shouldn't have necessarily done, putting our community at jeopardy and assisting where they shouldn't have assisted.
Those in protest of Homan gathering on the Ames Street Bridge over Interstate 490 at the Locust Club headquarters and public safety building, demanding their voices be heard.
At minimum, awareness of the people that are seeing the signs and seeing that there are people out here who care.
This city is here to represent the people that may not be able to speak for themselves, and that there's a human way to working with people. And what we're doing in this country right now is not humanity.
Demonstrators tell me the signs they hold are not only in opposition of Homan's visit, but the Trump administration's overall crackdown on immigration.
If it's 5 people, we're going to be here to say that what he's doing is wrong. And hopefully there'll be 10, and hopefully there'll be 20, and you know, and some days there'll be thousands, but we have to stand up.
And I'm told protests will continue throughout the rest of the day, and a rally to fight for Rochester's sanctuary city policies is getting underway at City Hall. Lowell.
Thank you, Natalie. And today, Rochester Mayor Malik Evans saying the city must fight for truth in the face of manufactured chaos. The mayor hosted a roundtable with elected officials and community leaders at noon. The mayor says Rochester is committed to working against threats from the Trump administration. The White House has threatened to pull federal funding from sanctuary cities.
We have never seen anything like this in our city's history, in which the federal government is picking on a medium-sized city in upstate New York. But I think what the federal government fails to remember is that we're the city of Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony. So the nonsense and rhetoric that was being brought here today, I'm sure Mr. Homan will be getting ready to take that back to Washington soon.
Rochester City Council also says it will uphold the sanctuary status regardless of threats, attack lobbied by the federal government.